All right, everyone. Thank you for joining tonight. I'm Prentice Wiley. I'm an international wealth strategist, and this is our weekly meeting of God's Money Team on Thursday night, uh, the 30th. And before we get started, I have a little disclaimer that I am going to announce. I'm a wealth strategist, not a financial advisor. The information that you gather from this meeting is not to be intended as financial advice or tax advice. For that, we recommend that you consult with your financial advisor or your tax advisor. The company that we speak about tonight sells gold and silver, which is physical assets, and along with that comes risk and no guarantees. Again, for that type of information, we ask that you reach out to your financial advisor or your tax specialist. All right, thank you, everybody. And tonight, we're going to talk about something that is kind of a minefield, so to speak. And everyone that has tried to sponsor someone or tell people about 7K and tell them the good news of what 7K is doing, how it's revolutionizing this industry, how that you have built your story around how you're securing your financial future with physical assets of gold and silver. We're always going to come up with these folks that say, well, that's a pyramid scheme, or that's an MLM, multi-level marketing. Uh, I'm sure everyone here has heard that argument. Liz, is that something that you have heard?
I sure have.
Okay. Kathleen, is that something you have heard?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
All
quite a
right.
bit.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through some guidelines that we have in our back office from the company that will actually help you navigate and diffuse that argument. Have any of y'all actually seen that paperwork yet?
No, I haven't seen it at all yet, so
Okay,
I'll look
so
it up.
it's kind of in an unlikely place, or what you would assume would be an unlikely place. So if you need, get your pen and pencil down so that you can make a note of the steps to go by. I'm going to start a screen share. And if someone will let me know when they're actually able to see my screen.
Can see it now.
Okay, thank you. Right. So see, I'm one of those people that actually do a lot of reading. All right. So first step is always go to your dashboard. Okay. So from your dashboard, you're going to go to your file vault. Next, next step is not where you would think it would be. It's not in your files that you would upload yourself. It's not in the resources. It's not under the assets. And it's not under get started. It's not under the share tools. Believe it or not, it's in compliance. So file vault, then compliance. You'll see associate policies and procedures, brand compliance, income disclosures, standards disclaimers, a guide to navigating the pyramid scheme question. Look at there. There it is right there. It's under compliance. Okay, we're going to open that file. Is 7K a pyramid scheme? Now you can go through here and you can read how they diffuse this. The first thing we find is bullet points about 7K. 7K Metals LLC, 7K, is an online retailer of precious metals based in Idaho, offering non-collectible gold and silver, collectible numismatic coins, and other valuable collectible items to coin enthusiasts and collectors around the world. That's what we are. That's what we do. At least that's what 7K does. Okay. All right. 7K's mission is to create and empower generations of informed collectors with convenient and affordable platform to purchase precious metals, collectibles, acquire and preserve wealth, and leave a lasting legacy. And I love the way they say that right there, because I say that a lot. Okay. We empower generations of informed with, I'm sorry, let me go back to where it was. Okay, 7K's mission is to create and empower generations of informed collectors. Now, how do we inform those collectors? We educate them. That's the second bullet point. That's why I personally think that one of the most valuable things we have is at 7K University. Seven K promotes its products and services for the sale directly to the customers through its e-commerce website. Traditionally, a digital marketing activities and through personal referrals made by independent marketing associates. Now you are a marketing associate. Once you have one person on your right, one on your left, you are then an associate. Okay. But do you sell anybody anything? The answer is no. You do not. 7K does. You notice that it says that they sell, 7K promotes its products and services for sale directly to the customer. Once they become members, they go in there and purchase it themselves. That is not true with pyramids. That is not true with multi-level marketing. Okay. 7K promotes its services. Let's say I just read that one. The 7K business opportunity is available only to associates who can earn referral commissions when 7K sells qualifying products to the people they refer. So again, like I said, you can only do it after you become an associate. Additionally, 7K associates can build and lead teams of like-minded associates, allowing them to earn override commissions based on group sales volumes made by 7K customers referred by their team. This word here is a very key word, override. That has a whole different definition than some of these words that we'll see at the bottom that you should steer away from, because that is not what we do. That is what the pyramid companies do. I see, I think I found it under do's and don'ts. Words like residual income, uh, easy way to retire, those type things. That's not what happens. It's an override procedure, entirely different, structured different than those companies are. Back up. I got way ahead of myself. It says results vary and success is not guaranteed. For the United States, median gross earnings for active 7K associates is about 500 US dollars per year, excluding taxes and customary benefits expenses. Now, this right here, $500 a year, US dollar. That seems extremely low, doesn't it? But here's why it appears low. If you take 100% of our members, which is the number they have to use to have a median income, and consider that only 12% of the people are working to earn income, then that number would be extremely low. But if they took the 12% and included only that 12%, then the number would be a lot higher than that. But legally, we cannot use only the 12% that are working. We must use all of them to get a median income. Did that make sense?
That made sense.
Okay. So if anyone asks, why is that median so low? Explain to them how the math has to be calculated to be legal. It has to consider everyone, whether they participate or not in the share plan. Now, if they would reduce it down to the 12% that does, that would be fantastic. And a lot of times the way I express it to people is that if we were a multi-level marketing and 86% of our people did not work, we would have went out of business within the first 2 years, not became debt free. So our structure is entirely different than that. Okay. Remember, we have a rollover system. Okay. All right. So 7K refers to its businesses opportunities as a 7K share plan, which has some of the same similarities in its compensation and commission structure to what is sometimes referred to as multi-level marketing, or MLM. Notice it says it has the appearances or similarities, but it is different. And if you're looking for something, you would probably see what you're looking for first. Have you ever been in the situations where, myself, for example, I never did pay a whole lot of attention to Jeeps on the road. I drive up and down them as long as I drive and pick up trucks and stuff, or sedans or SUVs. I didn't pay attention to Jeeps. But once I bought my first Jeep and I would drive up and down the road, it seemed like every other person was driving a Jeep. That's all I seen was Jeeps. Why? Because that's what I was paying attention to. That's what I was focused on. So that's why people in MLMs, when they see this, it's because they're focused on MLMs. They will automatically see the similarities and say, oh, that's an MLM. Okay. So that's another way that I explain it to people. This is the cool part. How does 7K differ from other MLMs? 7K Share Plan is a platform of network marketing and a legal variant of multi-level marketing with some important differences. Say we're variant, we're not multi-level marketing. Like MLMs or other affiliate market programs, 7K promotes its products and services through personal referrals made by independent marketing associates. That's us. Or MLMs do that. But unlike traditional MLMs, 7K associates are not required to do, are not required to, and do not purchase or carry inventory for resale. How many people ever work for Amway, right? I've had a bunch of that stuff in my garage at one time. 7K sells the retail product directly to the customer. That takes all orders directly through its website, carries the inventory, fulfills all orders, and handles all customer service. We're not customer service. There's a customer service at the bottom of their webpage they can call. Now, do I do a lot of assisting? Yes, I do, because I am a team leader and I have teams and I assist my teams with quick responses and answers. But if it's something I don't know the answer to, I will always say, let me get back to you, or you can call the 7K line, helpline. All right. And I'm another thing that I will do is I will initiate a three-way call with whomever I'm speaking to, 7K and myself. All right. So number 3, with 7K, there's no required inventory purchases to participate in the share plan. Qualification to earn commission can be achieved when referred customers purchase qualifying products or services using the unique link to the 7K Associates replicated 7K website, or by personally participating in 7K Autosaver or purchasing qualifying collectible coins for their own collections. 7K Associates earn commissions on the sales of certain products made by customers they refer, but 7K Associates cannot earn commission on sales, aids, marketing materials, or purely on recruiting other associates. Okay. Now that's a big difference. Multi-level marketing and pyramid, especially pyramids. Pyramids are heavy on that. A lot of money is made off of recruiting new members. Ours is not. Okay. And it goes on with legal MLMs versus illegal pyramid schemes. And I'm so glad they put that word in there, illegal pyramid schemes, because pyramid schemes are illegal. They're against the law. One of the best things that they say right here is a legal MLM sells valuable products to its customers based on genuine customer demand. But a pyramid scheme, there are either no real products or the products have questionable value with no genuine customer demand. Y'all have heard one of my favorite phrases is, notions, potions, and lotions. That's what they sell. In a lawful MLM, participants primarily promote the product and earn a commission based on actual product sales to real customers. However, in an illegal pyramid scheme, commissions are derived primarily from recruiting others to invest money with little or no emphasis on selling actual products or services. A legitimate MLM, the majority of the profits come from the product sales in sales to end customers, whereas a pyramid scheme profits come from mainly from requiring fees paid by new recruits to join. A legitimate MLM and participants can succeed by referring customers to make product purchases and by building a team to grow genuine customer sales. And that's what we're doing. Okay. In contrast, a pyramid scheme rewards participants primarily for recruiting other participants to make large inventory purchases solely to qualify for commissions, with no genuine customer demand for products, leading to unsustainable model, whereas to only those at the top profit and the majority of the participants experience financial loss. Now, I have lived long enough to see pyramid schemes come and go. And this right here, this section explains exactly why they come and go. It's because they are designed in a way that cannot sustain itself. It's heavy at the top, light at the bottom, but yet there's more people at the bottom, and the base should be heavier and stronger, as to where they flipped the mathematics. The people at the top are the ones that make the most. All right, so I think I seen, hi Dusty, seeing you show up. All right, so we just went over this, and I'm not going to go back through the whole thing for you, but I am going to take you a step by step where to find this. And this is the guide to navigating the pyramid scheme argument. You know, you're going to have people say, well, you're involved in a pyramid scheme. So this outlines the differences between a pyramid scheme and what we do. It even shows you the difference and the variance differences between a standard MLM and what we do. At the surface, we may appear to be an MLM, and some of the aspects of what we do are the same things that MLMs do, but not everything that they do, if that makes sense. Okay. So I'm going to back up so that we can go back and you can kind of follow me on my screen. Okay. You always begin on your dashboard. Now, there's a couple of ways. I don't know if you've discovered it yet or not, Dusty, to get to your dashboard.
Yeah.
You can get there by clicking on dashboard, or if you are ever somewhere else, there's a little shortcut tab, my account. Just click on it. There it is. You're back on your dashboard. That will also bring you back there just instantly. Okay. You'll catch me sometimes, especially when I'm deep into looking at coins and stuff, just going to my account, because this may disappear on some of the screens. All right. Now, the first place we're going to go is to the file vault. Now, it's kind of in an unusual place. You would not think readily this is where it would be. You might think it'd be under resources or getting started or share tools or some of that, but it's actually up here under compliance. Okay. So you're going to go to file vault, then to compliance. Once you open up the compliance tab, you will find it here, a guide to navigating the pyramid scheme question. Okay. I recommend you read that, familiarize yourself with it. Very good. All right. Now, one thing I did go over with this, and I'll go over it with you too, I think is really important, is here where they talk about how the results will vary. Said results vary and success isn't guaranteed. But in the United States, the median gross earnings for active 7K associates is about 500 US dollars per year. That seems extremely low, doesn't it? Why would you want to bother yourself with doing this to try to earn some additional income if you're only going to make $500 a year average? Doesn't sound reasonable, does it? Well, here's why that number appears low. Only 12% of our members actually participate in the share plan. But in order to legally do the math, you have to include the other 86%. So remember, this is 100% of the total divided by the amount of money earned, but yet there is only 12% of the people earning it. Now, does it make sense as to why that number is low? If they just took that 12% and divided it by the amount of money earned, this number would be a lot higher. But they don't. They must legally use 100% of it in order to get to what is called a median. Okay. So a lot of times when people read that, they'll get kind of confused as, well, that looks awful low, because I know that just this month I've made two $250 checks, and I plan on making a lot more than $500 before the end of the year. I could show you mine in my back office, and you're going to see a lot more than that a month. Okay. Some of y'all have earned more than that a month, or earned more than that already this year. So that's why that number appears low. The numbers are slightly skewed due to the fact that we're using 100% of the membership versus the 12% that are actually doing this. Okay. All right. So now that we've been through that, and when you read this, let me see if I can find that other one I was talking about. I think it's under do's and don'ts. Let's see if I can find that. Is it one of these? I'll just have to remember which one it is. Oh, that's not it. There it is. Okay. One thing are some words that you should stay away from are these words. Get rich. That's buzzwords that will be used by pyramid schemes. Wealthy. Remember me talking about the word residual income or passive income, reoccurring income. Those are words you need to stay away from. Because what did I say that our income structure type is earlier? Does anybody remember? Kathleen? It's an override procedure.
Override. Okay.
It's different. Right. It's different. Stay at home, salary, fast cash, sell itself, afford anything, afford everything, retire early, pay bills, financial freedom, fast cash, easy money. See, all of these words are words that are used by multi-level marketing or pyramid. Learn to train yourself not to use these words. Because if you do, you're going to appear as a pyramid scheme or as multi-level marketing when you're talking to people. We're not. I know people that heard my presentations will hear me say that over and over. We are not multi-level marketing. We're not a pyramid. Matter of fact, one of the things in your terms and conditions that you will read when you go through this back office, I advise everybody to go back, familiarize yourself with it, read this stuff at least once, is that you cannot misrepresent 7K metals by telling people that we're something that we are not. You've got to be truthful in representing 7K metals as to what it is. And if you tell people it's a pyramid type company or a multi-level marketing, then what are you doing? You're misrepresenting us. Okay. Matter of fact, that's one of the terms and conditions that you agree to when you click the little box. You're agreeing not to be stealing somebody else's identity, not to be misrepresenting the company, and that you're not going to use public advertising like radio, television. And you'll find all of this in the back office in compliance. It tells you how that you must go about telling people about it, using social media. Matter of fact, promoting 7K products, social media. See, it's all here. Okay. So it's all back here in this back office. All right. So now that we've been over that, I'm going to stop the recording. And then after I stop the recording, then we're going to have a little open session with questions and answers, and I'll attempt to answer anything that I can. All right. And it looks like Liz left because I think she did have other obligations she had to get done. Craig, I see that you're there.
Liz left and Craig is on.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording, and then we'll have our Q&A. And stopping it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I have a